Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Josh here, bringing you an Undecember video. A couple of days ago, the game released the announcement trailer for Act 11, and I know everyone's been wondering about what are the new skills and link runes that are going to be added to the game. Today, I'll be logging into the Korean server to see if I can display some of those runes. And also, as you can see, I'm leveling up this character to see if I can get it to end game so that I can have some video of Act 11 before it comes out so you guys can see what you have to look forward to. I'm almost there. I'm on Act 7, so about, what, 3 more acts to go until I reach Act 11. So that's not too bad. Um, so from the announcement video, I was able to identify 12 new skill runes. 7 of those are traps, one is a bow skill, one is a channeling skill, one is a melee skill, and 2 are magic skills. Now, out of the 7 trap skills, 5 of them are available immediately, or not immediately. Once you reach Act 7, you'll be able to purchase 5 of them from the Mystic. Oops, I keep going to the wrong place. All right, out of the 7, like I said, 5 are available to purchase, and the other 2 are synthesis. So you could only get them through magic synthesis. These are the 5 over here: shockwave trap, fire fissure trap, frost trap, electric orb trap, and poison gas trap. I've purchased these 5, so I'll be showing you how they work in the training area, but I'll just show you them first from the compendium. The bow skill is lightning arrow, which is also available after Act 6. You can purchase this from the Mystic, which is pretty cool skill. It does lightning damage, of course, and each shot you fire, you have an 18% chance to charge 1 lightning energy. And when you get that lightning energy, you get 4% damage amplification per energy and 4.2 attack speed per energy. It doesn't say if the energy falls off or anything, but the more you fire, the more energy you get, the more damage you do, pretty much. Yeah, fires arrows in a row to deal lightning damage on the enemy, obtain lightning energy at a certain chance, increase damage and attack speed per lightning energy. I also purchased this one, so I'll be showing you this one in the training area as well. Let's see, the other 2 are fire orb trap, which is the magic synthesis rune, and it's a projectile based one. It works just like the, actually I can show you. What am I doing here? So you just throw it out there and it shoots out fire projectiles. And you could put 4 out at the same time. So once you put the 4th one out, if you put a 5th, it'll replace the earliest one or the earliest trap that you put. Chill area. Now the way these work is you put out the trap, it'll just sit there until it gets activated by an enemy, you know? So if you're close to an enemy and you throw it, it'll activate automatically. If not, you can just place it on the floor, the enemies walk on it, and it activates the trap. Now, along with these trap skill runes, there's also one, I guess, support trap skill that was not available or that didn't really display in the trailer, but I could only assume that they're gonna put it out because it's part of the trap skills. It's force activation, so it just pretty much you can force activate the traps without having them being triggered by enemies. So you throw them on the floor and you want to activate them, and you use this skill. Now the melee skills that was added is this one right here. Now this is a rough translation. I believe it's called Fragment of Cold. And what that does is it creates a pillar of ice in front of you, which inflicts cold damage on enemies. And it adds an additional pillar based on the cold aura that's created. So the way that works is it you shoot it out, and I guess it gives you a cold aura, and based on the cold aura it gives you, or how many cold aura it gives you, you get these buffs over here. Which the first one reads 2% more cold damage per one cold aura. This one is 3% cold penetration per cold aura, and this is two two cold no excuse me two pillars of ice per two cold aura. Not sure what that means, but that's what it translates to. And then there's another one that was displayed in the video. This one is domain of strength, and what that reads is that you summon an area of power while channeling, and the domain of strength automatically attacks enemies, and every attack cycle. I'm sorry, I'm just reading that completely wrong. Automatically attacks enemies every attack cycle and attacks faster while channeling. So this is essentially a channeling skill, but the way they were using it in the trailer is he activated, did a movement skill, and this thing just kept on pulsing. So I'm interested to see how this actually works, in game. The other skills, which are magic skills, we have two of them. The first one is lightning wave. It just pretty much fires a wave of lightning. And this one is a weird one because it says use all light energy upon using skill. Lightning energy per stack damage is 15% amplified, but it doesn't really tell you how it stacks or how many stacks you get. So that's just really strange. The next one is Judgment of Light. This one's also an interesting skill. And also a rough translation, the way that reads is it inflicts damage with the highest elemental attributes to the target, and it amplifies the damage on hit and also increases mana cost. Buffs are reset when using other skills. So when you use this skill over here, it applies two buffs. Judgment buff, which stacks up to 20 times. Not really sure what that does. And it also applies a reckless mana buff or mana outburst buff, which stacks 10 times. So I'm assuming the judgment buff is what gives you the amplified damage and also increases your mana cost. The outburst, the mana outburst, I'm not sure what that does. Like I said, this is a rough translation, so I don't have the 100%, and I can't use these skills because I don't have enough runes to synthesize. So and there was another one, I believe. No, I think I showed you all the melee ones. Let me double check. Yeah, we saw this one. That was this one. These are the link ones. And with the link ones, I'm only assuming which ones are going to be released because, of course, they couldn't display it in the trailer. I could just guess simply because some of these runes are for traps. So I don't think they'll release the trap runes without any link runes to it. We have this one over here, regen, which gives you regeneration on trap hit. We have this one over here, which increases the area of effect of the trap by like 20% and increases the range that to trigger the trap by also 20%, and increases the trap by 10%. It gives the trap 10% damage. And there's these over here. Also, these I believe you can purchase directly from the vendor after Act 6. They're not synthesized or anything. And then we have these over here, which is multi-trap. Allows you to put out 2 traps at a time, but also dampens your trap damage by 50%. This one does the exact same thing. So I'm not sure why they have two ruins that does the same thing. We also have this one over here, which increases the time in which you can install the traps, which is weird because I find that when you throw out the traps, you throw them out relatively quick. So I'm not sure why do you need like a, install time cooldown. Or does it increase install time? It says trap install time 10%, but it also decreases cooldown of the trap skills and increase attack speed by 10%. So I'm not sure if this decreases the time it takes to install the traps or increases the time. This sometimes the description is very tricky. And then we have this one, um, which increases the distance in which the trap gets installed and detected and increases the area of effect. This, I believe, is I actually got this one to drop, which is very funny. Um, but I don't think this is synthesized rune. Let's find out actually. Oh no, it is. So this one, I synthesized it. That's how I was able to get this one. The other ones you can actually purchase directly from the vendor. Yeah, these are purchasable from the vendor. There's another one down here also, which amplifies your trap damage by 7% and trap install time 15%. I believe there's one more lasting trap. What that does is it amplifies the trap damage by like 8% and increases the duration that the trap is out. So it's pretty cool. And I think that's all the skills. I showed this one. I showed Domain of Might. Also, yeah, this hasn't been confirmed, but a lot of people, um, it's rumored really that Harmony, which is the long-awaited Link Ruin, will be released along with this update. Like I said, it hasn't really been confirmed yet, but a lot of people believe that we will get this ruin. A lot of people looking for it. And what that does is when you're at 50% HP and mana, the mana, no, when you have more than 50% HP, your mana cost is amplified by 20%, but you also get 12% damage amplification. But when you have 50% less mana and HP, your mana cost is dampened by 10%, and your attack speed is increased by 8, and your cast speed is also increased by 8%. So it's gonna be an interesting ruin. Now I'll just show you the 5 trap ruins that I purchased and the one bow skill. This is the poison one. This one has a 3-second cooldown. So out of all the trap ruins so far, I think this one is the only one that has a cooldown. So 3 second, no, it's a 5-second cooldown. But I'm sure you can lower that with link runes and stuff. So you can see you can just throw it out there. And it activates on its own after a while. So, you can't just leave it out there indefinitely. And there's a rune that, the one I showed you, that could increases the time that it stays out. So when you throw it out there, enemy activates it and they get poisoned. This one is the shock one. It shoots out shock projectiles. This one can be spammed. There's no cooldown. And there's a link rune that can increase the amount of projectiles that this does. So when you throw it at the enemy, it activates automatically. But if you're not throwing at the enemy, it just sits there. And you can throw 4 at a time. And after a few seconds, it activates on its own and shoots out the projectile. And that's the bow skill. This is the frost one. Same thing, you can throw 4 at a time. So once you hit the enemy, it activates. It covers a pretty wide area, so I wonder if we could actually increase that with link ruins. And this one is the fire fissure. Also could be spam, no cooldown. And also you could put up maximum 4. And as you put the 4th one, it replaces the first one that you put. But you could also spam it as long as you have the mana for it. And this is the new bow skill. Nope, that's not it. This one right here. So it's like, it's a bow skill and it shoots out the waves in like as if you were using parallel multi-shot. It just shoots it straight out as opposed to spread. It also applies shock, and as the more you shoot, the more buffs you get. If you get the lightning energy, like if you look down here, it tells you whether you get the lightning energy or not. It just moves so fast. So it seems you get the lightning energy for 7 seconds. But it's an 18% chance of getting that lightning energy. It's not guaranteed. I'm sure as you level it up, it increases. We'll just take a look at that from the Mystic. So let's see what happens when you level, what increases. That's too much. It doesn't really show anything. Oh wait, I didn't register it yet, did I? So when you increase it, it decreases, oh no, it increases mana cost. You get extra lightning damage. And that's just about it. Yeah, it just gives you extra lightning damage. It's not terrible. We can take a look, see what happens when you take them to rare and legendary too. So, whoops. So when you bring it to magic, you get 30% more damage, lightning damage, and 3% lightning damage amp. That's actually pretty good. Wow. And then rare, it goes to 60% lightning damage, 5% amplify, and you get 2 extra projectiles. That is really strong. Wow. And legendary, 100% lightning damage, 12% lightning damage amplification, and 2 projectiles. So in total you can get up to like 7 projectiles. Once you reach rare, you get 7 projectiles. But from, normal to magic, you get 5. I wonder if you can add multi-shot to that. Let me see if I can actually purchase it. It's gonna be a good test. Let's see, maximum number of projectiles. Yep, you can add multi-shot to that. So you can have a total of what? 9 projectiles? And not including the 2 you get from this skill tree. So there'll be 11 projectiles in total. That's gonna cover a wide area. That's gonna be super strong. I can see a lot of people switching to that skill. Wrong place. Let's see what the traps look like when they're upgrade to magic and rare. Let's start with the shockwave trap. Does physical damage. Increase the area of effect. You get 50% damage. Increase area effect again, and detection range by 20%. So it pretty much increases damage and range and detection. And then you get an extra trap once you get legendary. I believe they all probably work the same. Yeah. So all the traps are the same when you level them up to rare, magic, and legendary. Let's see if the synthesis ones are the same. You get, with this one, you get 2 more projectiles and 20% increase in range. Also no cooldown. So you get an extra one at legendary and 30% detection range. I believe chill area might work the same. Oh no, this one increases the chill effect by 20%, or chill chance by 20%, and chill effect by 35. And once you get to legendary, the chill chance is 30%. Yeah, that stays the same. The only thing is you get an extra. Nope, actually no, it goes up by 10%. Yeah, so the chill chance goes up by 10%, 20 to 30. Chill chance stays the same at 35, and you get an extra trap count. So these traps are going to be very interesting to see how they work. I'm assuming, I mean, you could probably build around traps altogether, or you can just have one trap along with your current build, you know. So if you have a poison build, you can get a poison trap, or an electric build, or a lightning build, you can use light electric orb trap, and so forth. So it'll be very interesting to see how people build with these traps. Let's see what these do. I mean, this one comes rare, so okay. So when you bring that to legendary, you have a wider area, 20% cooldown penetration, wow, it gives you a strike damage of 100%, or multiply, okay, and 10% damage amplification against enemies afflicted by cold. Okay, it's not bad. This one, so it increases attack cycle when channeling 10%. I guess it increases the cycling of attacks and increase the area by 20%. This one, when you get it to legendary, amplifies damage by 10% and increases channeling by 5 and area of effect by 10%. So you get 30. Yeah, 30% area, 10% amplify, and 15% channeling. And I think those are all the skills that I saw in the video. The other skills that is here that we don't have, like this for example, I didn't see in the video, so I can't confirm that it'll be released. And also the crossbows, which are also going to be released in the game, but I don't believe they'll be in Act 11. I believe they'll be in Act 12. But they have some pretty cool skills though. Like I'll show you some of them real quick. This is I believe a movement skill. This is a spin to win, but there's a 6-second cooldown on that. Well, there's another one down here somewhere. No, that's all weapons. That's dagger. That was a really cool one that I saw. I don't remember where it is, but it was pretty cool. Like it's oops, wrong place. Nope, that's a sentry. Is it this one over here? Yeah, this one. This one is truly spin to win. But these are with crossbows. Once again, this is probably gonna be in a much later update, not Act 11. So we don't have crossbows yet. They haven't been released yet, and I don't think they'll be coming on Act 11. I just showed you those, to see what you guys have to look forward to. But that's all the time I have today. I'll catch you guys later.